What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to talk about what's going on with SPY and talk about something very important about it. I'm also going to talk about the markets and talk about whether or not the pullback is coming and how I'm going to go about this when it comes to trading and looking at the markets. But before I break into all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, let's talk about the market, guys. So SPY has been on a tear. The S&P 500 SPX has been pumping and pumping and pumping like crazy. For the futures traders out there, you're probably watching like ES, just seeing how this thing is ripping. And the market is absolutely insane. What's so insane about it is how there are a lot of people who are expecting the market to sink, the market to tank, and yet it just continues to break out. I was showing you guys the puts to call ratios. There are all these people shorting the market, and yet the market keeps going. So the question is, what's going to happen? Do I think the market's going to crash? Do I think there's going to be a big pullback coming? I think a pullback would be very healthy for the markets, but my view of the market is shifted in a way like this. So could there be a pullback? Yes. I think the market could pull back, especially because on the daily time frame, SPY has this daily triple bearish divergence that's developing. But this doesn't guarantee it's going to reverse immediately. And we don't know when or what catalyst could even cause that to happen. I want to make that very clear and very, very understandable. But please know that when everyone turns extremely greedy, that's when the market gets ready to top. And that's starting to happen right now. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We don't know if the market is ready to top or yet. Because when you think about it, SPY, it could just keep going. The trend is still bullish, and it looks like it could push more, in my honest opinion. The trend is still strong. We're breaking resistance after resistance after resistance. It just keeps going. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If a person were to just randomly start shorting SPY, you know, maybe it could work out, maybe it won't. But my question to you is, what difference is that from a gamble? What difference is trading from gambling if you're just going to randomly short without even thinking about it? Because how do we know if SPY is going to break out and reverse at 501, but what if it goes all the way up to about 503, 505, 510, and then the reversal comes? You could be down pretty big on the short if you end up doing that. Just saying, guys. So it's impossible to predict exactly what the market will do, and it's very difficult. There are a lot of people on YouTube who are screaming, the market's going to crash, it's going to crash. If they keep saying it for weeks and weeks and weeks as it pumps and pumps and pumps, eventually there's going to be a pullback and then they're going to scream that they're correct, right? Have you guys ever noticed that? Who are the YouTubers that get the most views? It's typically the ones that scream about some kind of crash. And I don't find that to be very sustainable. And I don't think that's a very honest way of kind of doing an assessment. So that's just my view. On this channel, I don't sell courses. I don't have a Discord. I don't ask for money from anyone. I just give as much free content as I possibly can because I care about the community. It's really that simple. YouTube does pay me, but as you guys know, I don't get 10,000 views a day, 100,000 views a day, or anything like that. So my pay is very small compared to what other YouTubers make that try to talk about a crash or something, right? YouTube just pays me like a few thousand a month. It's not insane money I'm making. I make more money from my business and also from trading, and I want to prioritize those, but I also want to simultaneously help as many people as I possibly can with my analysis, and that's just my view. So in doing so, I am not going to lie to you or try to gain views by just screaming about some kind of crash. That's my view. Because I could make a lot more money on YouTube if I start going really hard on clickbait and start screaming about crashes and this and that. But I'm not doing that. I want to be honest. I want to break the market down in a very unbiased manner. And in doing so, I'm not a bull, I'm not a bear. I just read what the chart tells us. One day the market could look like it's going to drop a little bit. I'll say it. Another day it could look like it's going to push. It's very hard to predict what's going to happen in the next 6 months. Could SPY pull back? The answer is yes. I personally think it will pull back eventually, but here's the thing. It is very difficult for me to predict what's going to cause it and when the pullback is going to start. Okay? I think we're getting closer as the market is becoming extremely greedy, but I don't know exactly what's going to cause it. I don't know if it's going to be the CPI report that comes out on Tuesday or something else, because CPI is very manipulated. You never know what's going to happen with that. Excuse me, guys. So if you look at the CPI trend, all items are trending down. All items, I'm sorry, is actually has a little increase from December, but all items without food and energy is what's trending down. That's core CPI. So we're going to be watching to see what January looks like. The trend on core CPI has been downwards. For all items, it's a little mixed. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we'll see what causes the market to reverse. We're not quite there yet. So with that being said, what does this mean for my analysis? Well, what's the point of me trying to predict everything for 6 months out? I do believe there could be a correction coming, but I also believe that as we approach the election, the market's going to run even more. I still hold the same view as before, but I'm not going to give you guys any predictions from this point for like 6 months for the time being, because I just want to focus on the short term. Because the short term is we just need to see if the market's going to top, and once it's finally officially ready for a change in market structure, that's when I could give you guys a more accurate assessment. Let me explain this. So I can't tell you that, hey, SPY is going to retrace to 490 in 6 weeks. Why would I say that if we don't even know if it's done topping yet? You understand what I'm saying? What if I say it's going to come down to 490 in 2, 3 weeks, but in reality, it just keeps pumping to about 510 before it reverses? You understand what I'm saying? It could go a little bit more. So the best way for me to go about this is be honest about the trend. What is the trend telling us? It's very simple. Look at the chart. It's making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, continuing to break all-time highs over and over again. So we have to watch this in real time. So far as it's breaking out, there's no sign of it reversing yet, and it looks like it might try to break out from here. If there's a retracement, you want to see it lose 500, and we're going to be looking for a potential reversal if that ends up being the case, but it hasn't done that yet. And if we're bullish, you want to see it break 503. If it breaks that, 505 plus is coming. Now, even if SPY goes up to 505, I personally think it will reverse eventually, but I'm in no power. I don't have insider information, and I can't promise the exact date and time it's going to reverse. I don't know if it's going to be CPI. I don't know if it's going to be some other catalyst. Excuse me. We'll have to see what else it is. But for now, the indicators remain bullish, and they do suggest that SPY could push a little bit higher. We have low volume right now. It's pumping on low volume, but there's no sign of it reversing yet. So it could go a little bit higher. We could get close to 505. So please, guys, be very careful. And the truth is, how is SPY looking? Is there going to be a pullback? The answer is, I think most likely yes. SPY will pull back. I think so. I made videos about this in the past, but I'm not going to call levels yet. Let's wait, be patient as traders, and see where SPY reverses. Where does this thing end up forming a top? That's the most simple way to do it. This thing is going to go higher most likely. Maybe it's going to top out at 505, maybe it's 510, then we get a nice little pullback. I don't know exactly where it's going to be. I don't know what CPI is going to be, so I'm just going to be patient. And I'm one of those people that's not going to BS anything. I'm just telling you the honest truth. So the next time you watch a YouTube video from some YouTuber on YouTube and they start saying, the crash is coming, a big crash, and this and that, ask yourself, how many views are they getting? How much is YouTube paying them? What is their intention? Are they really going to be correct? What is their track record? Because there were a lot of YouTubers saying SPY would crash and crash and crash all year long. It's been over a month and the crash hasn't happened, right? When everyone thinks the crash is going to come, they're going to pump the market hard. But if they keep pumping it, don't forget that people start to become greedy. When there's an action, there's a reaction. And people are starting to become greedy, which suggests that the market could, it's entering a more risky position. But just because we're at extreme greed, it doesn't mean the market has to just reverse immediately. It could remain in extreme greed for another week or two, right? So the point I'm trying to make is we don't know if SPY is done yet. I don't think it's done yet. There's no sign of it being done yet. And as a responsible, intelligent trader, the lesson to learn is patience. Patience. Be patient. Don't expect the crash immediately to start. You have to wait. That's a very important lesson in trading. I think people would make more money if they're patient. So SPY might push higher. It's going to likely top soon, but it's going to continue to push higher, and we're just going to wait and see. We're not going to just call the crash from here, and we don't want to just be looking for the crash immediately. We're not going to be looking for a pullback or anything like that. We just wait and see what the chart does. It's going to likely push higher, but then once we get the CPI report and such, be open-minded. Always be open-minded no matter what. Okay? So do I think SPY will pull back? Yes, I think it will. Do I think the top is in? There's no confirmation yet, so I can't truly say that. So I'm going to wait and see and be a very intelligent, patient trader. That's the way to do it, guys. So please be mindful and be careful with all the people on YouTube who've been calling the crash for so long. If they keep screaming the market's going to drop, they're going to be right eventually. But simply saying the same thing every day is not the way to go about it in my eyes. There's some videos where I tell you SPY is looking bullish based off my analysis. Other videos I've said SPY looks like it might drop a little bit. I just try to be unbiased and I try to give you guys the best content possible. All right. So that being said, on this channel, I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for you to join some kind of subscription. I don't sell courses. I've never done that in my life. And I don't see myself ever doing that. I simply just want to provide value to you, free value on YouTube, give you guys as much as I can because I would love to give back to others. And that's what the point of this channel is. If you guys don't believe me, remember something. I told you that Nvda had the cup in handle. Do you guys remember? I said that dozens and dozens of times. And if you look at Nvda, we got a nice cup and handle breakout right here. It was very, very beautiful, very, very nice breakouts on Nvidia. It happened, a cup and handle, then we got this breakout from here, just as we predicted. Okay. And then we also had another big play was Coinbase. I told you if Coinbase breaks out, it's going to hit the above 140 if we break above our resistance right here. We got to 144.5, and I still think it could break out more approaching its earnings. On Google, this is a big one. This thing was at 140 a share. I called a bounce on it, and I told you if we get above 146, expect it to go up to 150. What happened? We broke resistance right here, and now we're at 150, and I think we could keep going to fill this gap to 153 soon. So I'm trying to tell you, my technical analysis has a record. It's been working. I'm not always correct. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. I'm not a perfect specimen of a human. I make mistakes. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. But a lot of the time, the majority of the time, I am correct about my analysis and my charts. If you look at my record for the entire year, I've been right the majority of the time. And this time I'm telling you, SPY could go a little higher. It could. It's going to top soon, but I don't know where it's going to top. I admit I don't know where it's going to top. So I'm going to wait and see before I do anything else. Tesla's also bullish. I think it's going to hit 195, and we'll just have to see what it does from there. It could even break out higher. We have this big gap to fill, but we'll wait and see if Tesla could break resistance. If we get above the daily 20 EMA, above 199 to 200, if it breaks that, we're going to fill the gap to 208. But we have to get all the way up there first. We're not at 200 yet. We have to first break 195. We'll be watching resistance up there. But Tesla does look bullish. Anyways, guys, hopefully this video was insightful. I want to give you guys one more warning about other YouTubers out there who are making money off your views. There are other ones out there who are baiting retail into clicking their videos, and they're going to scream about a crash and this and that. Honestly, guys, I agree the market could pull back soon, but I don't see confirmation of it yet. The chart just keeps pushing. Just look at some YouTubers, go back 1-2 weeks and look what they're saying. The crash is coming, the crash is coming. SPY's been pumping for the past couple of weeks, almost every single day, with some exceptions, right? Such as like FOMC and such. So be careful out there. I try my best to be honest with you and unbiased. I just want to stay this way from now. So that being said, guys, remember the lessons I just shared with you. And this is from my experience being a trader. Be patient, very patient. It's very, very tough to be patient sometimes. Sometimes you have to know you're being patient. Sometimes you may not even know you're not being patient enough. So be patient, wait, watch SPY push more, and then you have to wait for confirmation of a top. That's how you're going to know it's going to reverse. We have to wait for confirmation. We haven't seen confirmation yet, and SPY still looks bullish alongside Tesla, the QQQ, Nvda, possibly Apple, but the Apple is going to be a little different. I'll talk more about Apple later. It's kind of in the middle right now. And that's it for now. So I just want to be unbiased, and I wanted to give you guys the best possible free analysis out there. I want to be one of the best free analysis YouTube channels out there, and I want the best for everyone out there too. Thank you for listening, guys. Have a great day. I hope this video was very insightful for people who are watching other people who are just making money off screaming about some kind of crash before it even happens, before there's any sign of SPY reversing. I just want you guys to be open-minded, and I want you guys to escape this little matrix that you may even be in. All right. So with that being said, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy what life has to offer. Super Bowl Sunday is coming up, so please have a great time. And I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you for listening. Have a good one, and peace out.